Welcome to our collection of La Fontaine's fables. Today's story is The Wishes, and this is a retelling of the classic fable. These timeless fables may seem simple, but each one carries a powerful lesson for listeners of all ages, young and old. Now listen closely and enjoy the story. At the end, we'll have a fun activity to help you think about its message. Once upon a time, in a tiny village at the edge of a great forest, lived a poor but hard-working woodcutter and a cheerful spouse. They didn't have much, just a small wooden cottage, a few chickens, and a warm fire to sit beside when the cold winds blew. But even though they weren't rich, they had something better: laughter, love, and a whole lot of imagination. Each morning, the woodcutter rose with the sun, grabbed an axe and headed into the forest to chop wood. Heavy bundles were carried home for stacking by the fire. The spouse cooked simple meals and told silly stories as they ate, pretending their home was a castle and their garden a grand kingdom. One chilly afternoon, while chopping at an old oak tree deep in the woods, something strange happened. As the axe struck the bark, a bright light burst from the trunk. The woodcutter jumped back in shock. Out floated a glowing figure, a fairy dressed in leaves and stars. She smiled kindly. "Don't be afraid," she said. "You have worked honestly and kindly all your life. As a reward, I will grant you 3 wishes. Anything you want, just speak the words." "3 wishes?" the woodcutter gasped. "For real," said the fairy, her voice like a song. "But use them wisely." With a twirl and a sparkle, she disappeared. There was a moment of stunned silence, and then a whoop of joy. The woodcutter ran all the way home, nearly tripping over tree roots in excitement. "You won't believe it!" came the shout, bursting through the door. The spouse turned from the stew. "You found treasure, haven't you?" "Better. A fairy gave us 3 wishes." "3? You're not joking." "I swear it on my axe." Spoons were dropped, hands were grabbed. "This is our chance. We'll never have to work again. We could wish for a castle, gold, servants, a grand feast. Or a flying carriage, or a mountain of cheese." "Wait," said the spouse. "Let's sit and think. We mustn't waste even one." They sat by the fire dreaming big dreams. A scrap of paper and a piece of charcoal came out and a list was started. Wish 1, a big house. Wish 2, a bag of gold that never runs out. Wish 3, maybe a vacation by the sea. The fire crackled. The smell of roasted chestnuts and garlic filled the air. Stomachs rumbled. "You know," muttered the woodcutter, "I wish we had a fat, juicy sausage to snack on right now." Poof! There on the table appeared a sizzling sausage, plump and steaming. The spouse stared at it, then stared harder at the woodcutter. "You did not just waste one of our wishes on a sausage. I was hungry. Of all the things in the world, you could have wished for a magical feast, for food that never runs out, but no, you wished for a sausage. It smells really good, though." Fuming, the spouse crossed their arms. "I wish that sausage would stick to your nose so you can see how ridiculous you are." Poof! The sausage flew up and stuck right onto the woodcutter's nose, tight as glue. "Ah!" came the shout. "Get it off! Get it off!" They tugged and twisted, tried pulling and puffing. Nothing worked. The sausage wiggled but refused to budge. The spouse clapped a hand over their mouth, torn between fury and laughter. "Oh no, we've only got 1 wish left," they said. "And it's either gold or your nose." The woodcutter sat down, sausage still swinging from their face. "What good is gold if I have this stuck to me forever?" True, came the sigh. I guess we'll just have to... Wait, let's not rush. Maybe we can... cut it off. 10 minutes later, with a butter knife, a pair of tongs, and some very careful snipping, it was clear. The sausage was truly, magically stuck. I can't go outside like this, the woodcutter groaned. The children will chase me. The village will call me Sausage Nose forever. I suppose we've learned our lesson, said the spouse gently. The woodcutter gave a wobbly smile. Yes, the best wish is to be normal again. So, with the final wish, the spouse said, I wish the sausage would come off this poor nose. Poof! The sausage dropped into waiting hands. The nose was sausage-free. The room was silent for 1 second. Then both burst out laughing. That night they ate the sausage with bread and mustard, sitting close by the fire. No gold, said one. No castle. No flying cheese chariot, said the other. But at least, they agreed, we're still us. And they hugged, warm and happy in their little cottage, dreaming not of riches, but of how silly and wonderful life could be when shared together. Great job sticking with the story all the way to the end. Now it's time to see how well you understood the moral, with a fun multiple-choice quiz. You'll find the answers in the comments section. Take your time with the questions, and don't forget to leave a comment below to let us know if you enjoyed the story. Your feedback really helps us improve. If you liked it, show your support by hitting the like button. It truly makes our day. And don't forget to subscribe for more stories. Thank you so much for being with us.